In this video, we'll checking if the given number is palindrome number or not. So palindrome number generally means if we have 101 as a number, when you read it in the forward way and the backward way, it should be the same. So when you take 101, when you read it, when you take it backward also, it is 101. When you read it in the forward direction also, it is 101. So basically it is a palindrome number. If you take 5335, so this direction it is 5335. When you read it backwards also, it is 5335. So it is a palindrome number. When you take 183 or 183, if you see, if you read it, it is 183. If you take it backwards, it is 381. Values are not same, so it is not a palindrome number. Now if you make it as 383, it is a palindrome number. When you read it backwards also, it is a palindrome number. So basically we are going to check whether the given number is a palindrome number or not. So the procedure to do that is, first of all, we have to get the number from the user. So now we are getting n is equal to 1001. Here we are getting it as enter the number, and using scanf we are getting the number from the user. Now what we are doing is, we are taking a temporary variable and storing the value of n, so that we might not lose the value while dividing and while doing all the mathematical processes. We might be changing the value of n. So not to lose the original value of n, we are storing it in a temporary variable. So we have done that. So temp is equal to n. Now temp will be equal to 1001. We have that value saved now. In while loop, what we are doing is, while n is greater than 0, that is 1001 is greater than 0, which is true, we are going to reverse the number. So first we got the number from the user, we are storing it in a temporary variable. Next we have to reverse the given number, that is n value we are going to reverse. To reverse the given number, we need a while loop. So we have done a program called to reverse the number. The same procedure we are using it here, just one condition we are changing here. We are checking the reversed number and the given number, whether it is same or not. So that makes it, if we check that, if it is same, it makes the number palindrome, otherwise it will not. So otherwise reversing the number is same as the reverse number program. So in while loop we are going to reverse. In a remainder variable, we are going to give the value as 1001 mod 10. When we do that, we get the remainder as 1. Now we are adding it to the sum variable. So sum, initially sum we have declared it as 0. So it is 0 into 10 is 0 again, plus the remainder is 1. So now sum will be 1. Next we are dividing n is equal to n by 10. That means 1001 by 10 we get, taking the integral part alone, we get 100. That means we have taken the last digit from the n, and we have stored it in sum. Next step, we will be taking the next last digit, that is 0, and we'll attach it to the sum value. So it will be 10. Like that we are reversing the number. Okay, so for the next iteration, again the while loop will continue. When we are checking 100, now n value is 100. Now we'll check 100 is greater than 0. It is true. So remainder will be 100 mod 10, which is equal to 0. Sum will be equal to sum into 10, that is the before value of the sum, that is 1 into 10 is 10, plus the remainder is 0. Next n is equal to n by 10, that is 100 by 10, we have 10. Now we'll have to check if now the value of n is 10, so 10 is greater than 0, we are checking in while loop. It is true. Remainder will be equal to 10 mod 10, which is equal to 0, and sum will be equal to, so the before sum value is 10, and we are multiplying that sum value with the 10 value plus the remainder value, that is 0. So adding 0, it won't change the value. So 10 into 10 is 100 we get. Now the sum value is 100. We are dividing n by 10. Now we get 1. Now the n value is 1. 1 is greater than 0. Remainder would be 1 mod 10, which is equal to 1. Sum will be equal to, the before value of sum is 100 plus, okay, 100 into 10 plus the new remainder value. So 100 into 10 is 1000, plus 1 is 1001, and n value, when you divide 1 by 10, when taking the integral part, we get 0. for the next iteration, we are checking now n value is 0. So 0 is greater than 0 when we check. The condition fails and we exit the while loop. Now we have the sum value as the reversed value. So here we are checking temp is equal to sum. So we know temp contains the value of the initial value of n. Temp equal to sum we are checking. So we have sum value as 1001 and we know the value we got for the n value and we stored it in temp as 1001. So both are equal. It is a palindrome number. Now we are taking n value as 531 and we'll check now. So in while loop 531 is greater than 0. Remainder would be n mod 10. We are taking the last digit, so it is 1. Sum will be equal to 0 into 10 plus remainder. Initial value of sum is 0 into 10, we get 0 again, plus the remainder when we add, we get 1. N will be equal to, taking the last value, we have 53. Now n value is 53. We are checking 53 is greater than 0. It is true. So remainder would be 53 mod 10. We are getting the last digit, so it is 3. Sum will be equal to the before sum value is 1. So 1 into 10 is 10 again, plus 3 is 13. So n value is 53 divided by 10. We are taking the integral part alone. N is equal to 5. Now we are checking 5 is greater than 0. It is true. Remainder will be equal to the last digit. So it is 5. Sum will be equal to the before sum value is 13. 13 into 10 is 130. 130 plus 5 would be 135. And n value would be 5 divided by 10. We get 0. Taking the integral part, and now we are checking 0 is greater than 0. The condition fails. We'll be exiting the while loop. So here we have temp value as 531, sum value as 135. While checking if these both values are equal, it is not equal, so it is not a palindrome number. So basically, to find a palindrome number, we are taking the reverse of the given number and checking if both are equal. Now we'll run this code and check. So we are entering a palindrome number, that is 1551. It shows it is a palindrome number. We give 5686. It is not a palindrome number. 32623. It is a palindrome number because reverse, if you take 32623, it is the same. Okay. So in Java, we are doing the same thing, everything same procedure, like while n is greater than 0, we are checking the same remainder equal to n mod 10. We are finding the sum as sum into 10 plus remainder, and we are dividing n is equal to n by 10. And finally, we are checking if temporary variable is equal to sum. If it is true, it is a palindrome number, else it is not a palindrome number. What are the changes in the syntax here is that we are taking the scanner class, using the scanner class object sc, we are getting the input from the user and we are using next int function to get the input from the user. And other than that, system.out.println for printing the all the string values. Now let's run this code. We enter the number as 1001. It is a palindrome number. We check 658. It is not a palindrome number. Now if you see 9875, 789. It should be a palindrome number, so it is a palindrome number.